Hi, and welcome to Body Metrics, the show that teaches you practical ways to incorporate healthy nutrition principles into your busy lifestyle. My name is Adrianne, and I'm a registered dietitian. Today's episode, I'm going to teach you a quick, easy after-school snack that you can make with your kids. Now, I'm a firm believer of getting kids in the kitchen. Not only does it teach them a life skill, but it teaches them to take responsibility for their health and broadens their palates. Today, we're going to be making a fruit and nut granola bar. Really simple. We're going to dump most of the ingredients in a food processor, and we're going to finish it up with a little bit of our wet ingredients. This recipe comes from the cookbook Nourish, Eat, Repeat. Again, this is a great resource for you. It gives you a bunch of quick, easy, family-friendly recipes. Inside, you're going to find these things called 5-star recipes because 5 out of 5 kids decided to eat it. So if 5 kids in this family eat it, I'm sure one of your family members will enjoy it as well. So for this recipe, you will need 1 cup of quick cooking or old-fashioned oats, a half a cup of wheat germ, half a cup of ground flaxseed, half a cup of almonds, half a cup of pecans, 1.5 cups of dried fruit, half a teaspoon of cinnamon, half a teaspoon of salt, 2 eggs, a 1/4 cup honey, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and optional ingredients are a 1/4 cup of shredded coconut and or a 1/4 cup of mini semi-sweet chocolate chips. Okay, so let's get started. We're going to start by putting our oats into a food processor. We're also going to add ingredients like wheat germ. Now, typically when my kids hear wheat germ, they start to groan, even though they don't even know what it tastes like, because I like to throw it in anything that I do with baking. So this is a great way to get extra nutrients, added fiber, some more omega-3s, right in a healthy snack that they're going to think it just tastes good. We're also going to add some almonds, some pecans, and 1.5 cups of dried fruit. Now I like to use an assortment, so today I'm using some dried pineapple, apricots, raisins, and cranberries. But feel free to add whatever fruit your family enjoys. It's going to get a little full here. And then I'm going to add a little bit of my cinnamon. And finally, some salt. There we go. Let's move this out of the way. And we're just going to process. Super easy. All right, now that that's done, let's do our wet ingredients. So in our bowl, I already put 2 eggs. I'm now going to add a 1/4 cup of my honey. And a quick tip is to always spray your measuring cup with a little bit of cooking spray before you measure honey or peanut butter. It just comes out so much nicer. Stick that in there, and we're going to add some vanilla. Perfect. I'm just going to take a whisk and incorporate these 3 ingredients together. Again, this is a really great recipe you can get your kids to help you out with because there's nothing too complicated. I know my kids always like to crack eggs, and it makes me nervous, but they do a good job every time, so I think it's time for me to stop being nervous. All right, and then I'm just gonna incorporate this all together with my whisk. So I like recipes that I can control how much sugar goes in. So like I said, for this, we only used a little bit of honey versus some of the commercial granola bars that have a ton of added sugars in them. And so at this point, if you want to add your coconut or your chocolate chips, you can. I'm going to use my chocolate chips. Typically, I would use a mini chocolate chip just because, you know, it disperses a little bit better. But my kids decided to make chocolate chip pancakes this morning and use all of the mini chocolate chips. So that is why I'm using the larger ones. I prefer the smaller mini ones. But it will work. All right, now before I put this in the pan, I do want to add just a little bit of cooking spray again so they come out really easy. All right, let's give this one more quick stir. All right, so that looks good to me. You know what? I have a knife over here. Let me just grab that. Try to get some of this excess off. It's the only tricky part, but it does come out easily, so shouldn't take you too much time. All right, and that's it. I'm just gonna pour that right into our bowl, or I should say our baking pan, and I'm just using an 8 by 8 inch square baking pan. And if you need to, you can kind of get in there with your hands a little bit and press it down so that they're pressed down firmly. And then we're going to bake this in a 350 degree oven for about 18 to 20 minutes, just until the edges turn golden brown. Grab my rag here. And that's it. We're just going to stick these in the oven. And then I do have a finished product here to show you. These are the granola bars that I already cooked ahead of time. Put them into slices. You could individually wrap them. You could probably even freeze these. You could make them ahead of time for all your kids. And again, tasty, delicious, easy, healthy. A product that you can feel good about giving your kids after school. After that, you want to just make sure they cool completely before you slice them up, though, just so that they don't fall apart. All right? So there you have it. I want to thank you so much for joining me and watching. Hope you have a great week.